Welcome back to the PAC Sports Network as we are at the half between Grove City and Hiram, and we're now joined by the head women's basketball coach at Hiram, Coach Alex Dellas. Coach, first off, thanks so much for joining us. Welcome to the PAC. I know that Hiram was in the PAC a while ago, but for you coming in, welcome to the conference. How's it been just adjusting to life in a new conference and some new opponents as well?
Thanks so much for the welcome, Jack. Yeah, we're really excited to be back in the PAC. Obviously, it was before my time, but really excited about the success that some of our fall sports have had and excited for just a different travel schedule, different opponents this season. And everyone has been so awesome welcoming us in, answering questions. So we're happy to be here.
Well, certainly excited to have you and the Terriers join the PAC, but want to get into just how this season has been overall. I know that it's a young team. You graduated some really key pieces and some experienced players from last year. So what has it been like having some youth on the team come back this year?
Yeah, so the team has definitely changed. So if anyone played us last season or scouted us out from last season, different starting lineup, different key players, a couple returners that have been really impactful already, and that's exciting. But it's been really fun. I talk to my assistants a lot about how having a team that is very young, especially a lot of freshmen, we have to do a lot of coaching. And so it's fun that way, right? Like we're getting to actually see what we're doing in practice or in our individual or skill workouts come to life on the court. And that's cool.
Well, one of those key players that you graduated, an all-conference performer in Brooke Hickman, how big of an impact has she left behind on the program?
Yeah, Brooke is she lives in the area still. So she drops into campus. She's in school at Kent State. And so she made a huge impact on the program, and she helped her and those seniors helped make sure that we had our first NCAC conference tournament win ever in program history. And so that was huge. Her name's all over the record books, but so are some of those other seniors that graduated. They were just an amazing group of 6 women, and we definitely miss them.
Well, getting into some of the returners that have been really key, one of them being Bella Caceres, and she's been great offensively. How have you seen her grow as a player from last year to this year?
Yeah, Bella came in last year and right away took over as the starting point guard position. She really is so focused. She worked hard again this past summer. So she came in knowing that she was going to have to pick up her scoring efforts because we did graduate a lot of scoring. And so she's just strong and steady. She's not going to be the point guard that is screaming and yelling. She is just like laser focused all the time. So enjoyable to be around. And she works really hard. She leads a lot with just like her confidence, her mannerisms, the work she puts in.
And then Sarah Seaman has been off to a tremendous start as well. I'm sure that's been a bright spot because transferred in last year from Fredonia. So how have you seen her grow in her confidence, not only just on the court, but getting a little bit more acclimated to the program?
Yeah. So Sarah is a local player, and it's been so awesome because not only does she come in and make an impact on the court with her ability to score and her ability to lead. She lives locally and brings in a huge crowd, and people are excited to see her in the area. And her high school team, her high school coach, obviously her family, they're just great supporters. So having them as fans and having her on the court as a leader has been exciting. She is unbelievable with her work rate and her effort. Like she is in the gym all the time. When I would come up here in the summer, which was very rare because I was on maternity leave, but when my assistant or when other people were around, they would always say, "Hey, Sarah was in the gym," or "Hey, we saw Sarah again today." And it's not just on the court, it's also in the weight room. So she puts in the work, and she has for a while, and it's definitely showing and paying off this season.
And then inside, you've had some great success with Maya Joyner being that presence on the glass. How do you see her kind of fitting into the mix and being that threat down low for you?
Yeah, Maya, first of all, she can jump out of the gym. So she's just blocking shots. And I don't even think over the weekend they recorded every block that she had because she's all over the place, getting her hands in, deflections all over. And so, and of course, rebounding, obviously. But she's just been so great. She's another one that she's not going to be the screamer yeller. She's not super flashy in that sense, but she makes the right rotations. She reads the opponents really well, and so enjoyable to have around. So easy to coach her because on defense she's just a monster.
I know we've talked a lot about some experience and a little bit of returners, but who are some of the new players that have kind of been able to step into some of these new roles this season?
Yeah, so we've had to look at our sophomores and freshmen to really step up. You probably saw in the box scores over the weekend that Mackenzie Wilhite, she stepped up. She was in the starting rotation. She has put in insane amount of work this summer. Going from freshman to sophomore year, I always say is going to be one of your biggest growth years because now you know what it takes. And so she proved that, like, she worked on her footwork, she worked on her handling, and she looks so confident on the court. And it's so exciting to see her growth. Allie Lyde from New York, she has I know she worked with a trainer all summer. I know that her just, what she's learned in the short period of time that she's been here and how to fit in with the program has been insanely impactful. She had 15 points over the weekend in one of our games. Really excited to see her. And there's a few other freshmen that have just been stepping up. We're looking for consistency from everyone, and that's going to be the big thing that we have to see in practices and in games.
Well, certainly excited to see this season for you and Hiram. And before we let you run, Coach, I know that you mentioned a lot of momentum that you built on from last year coming into this season. What do you think will be the catalyst that gets your team to carry that momentum further into the PAC slate of games and eventually make a PAC tournament run?
Yeah, that is like the number one question, Jack, right? Is like, I think it's got to come from within. I think that my assistant coach, who was part of the six that graduated last year, Anastasia Lawler, she and I and Martha Shetler, who's our volunteer assistant. And so it's a matter of our athletes taking that. And I haven't seen that hungry like switch flip yet with them where they're like, I will do anything I possibly can to win this game. I think they're all looking to find their roles and their confidence a little bit still, just because they are a younger group. But once that switch like flips, I think that we could be unstoppable. They just are very talented. They're just not there yet with our confidence. So once I see that confidence come into play, and it's funny as a coach, it's hard to coach confidence. It comes from the reps, it comes from the drills, and we have the utmost confidence in them. We have a great group of women. So excited to see our growth throughout the season.
Well, Coach, again, thank you so much for your time today, talking a little bit about Terrier basketball. And again, good luck the rest of the way here in the PAC.
Thank you so much.
That's Hiram head women's basketball coach Alex Dellas. Stick with us. Second half action is coming up next on the PAC Sports Network.